PK, how are you doing? How are you doing, my brother?
It's been long.
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for coming to watch this video. We hope that you're going to enjoy it. We just want to ask you from the start, please share these videos with your friends, subscribe, like. Let's share these topics that we have here.
Watu wajanjaruke. Yeah, and we really like the way you're responding to the other videos, the feedback. It's amazing. Tell us more. Like if you have questions, ask us questions about whatever you'd need to be answered regarding technology. Tutangangana alafu tutakama hapo
na tutakupea, ndio? It's just topics. You never know.
Yeah, so PK.
Yes, sir.
It has been quite a while, and a few things have happened here and there.
Yeah, tech world doesn't stop.
The tech world never sleeps.
Technical difficulties do not occur in tech world.
They do not care.
Has no lives.
So one of the things that has happened, this is something that has been playing out for the last like 1 year or 2 years now. NVIDIA, it's a chip company. Yeah. It makes graphics cards and such. I don't know, yeah, those gaming graphics cards na nini.
Yeah.
And they also make chips that are used in electric cars. Most of the electric cars that are in the market right now, they use NVIDIA chips. So they are trying to buy ARM. ARM is the underlying architecture. It's the company that develops the underlying architecture behind every smartphone processor, the M1, M1 Pro, M1 Max processors. Imagine. The underlying,
the whole of Apple.
Yes. So these chips, ARM develops the underlying architecture, and then it licenses it to Snapdragon, to Qualcomm, who makes Snapdragon. It licenses it to Google, which makes Tensor. To Samsung, which makes Exynos, to Apple, which makes the A series and the M series processors, and to MediaTek. Hizo zote. And all these, they make computer and smartphone and car chips. And now NVIDIA, who is a competitor to them, is buying the company that owns the underlying architecture.
Me, I'm telling you, if you can't defeat them, buy them.
Just buy them. Just find a way of keeping them out.
Money is not a problem.
Yeah, so apparently the Federal Trade Commission in the US has sued NVIDIA because of that acquisition. And so they are in court. They are trying to block it because they are saying NVIDIA will have an unfair advantage, but which is true.
No,
it's true. They will have an unfair advantage.
Legit business.
No, there's nothing like legit business.
Legit business. It's legit.
Tachukua hiyo processor yao yote ngamwaya. Tachukua processor ngamwaya. Anyway, so yeah, despite all that, there has been vicious competition between those companies that we've mentioned on the chip side.
On the chip side.
On the chip side.
NVIDIA buy all of them. Yeah, chip side.
So early this year, the Samsung released the Exynos 2100, which was a competitor. It's a 5 nanometer processor, which is a direct competitor to the Apple A14 and the Snapdragon 888.
Yeah.
And then in September, Apple released the A15 with the new iPhone 13s. Yeah. They released the M1 Pro and M1 Max, which are also they are all 5 nanometer processors, and which are for like the craziest computer processor and phone processors in the market. Then a few weeks after that, actually a week after that, Google released the Pixel 6 that have the Google Tensor chip. Qualcomm released the new Snapdragon line of processors. They are going crazy, by the way. They released 4 processors.
4?
Yes, they released 4 processors.
It's too much.
But now the one that has surprised everyone is MediaTek. Because MediaTek released, a week before Qualcomm released the Snapdragon processors, MediaTek released the first flagship 4 nanometer processor called the MediaTek Dimensity 9000, and for some reason MediaTek have been producing very low-end and mid-range processors in the Helio line and the P line, but suddenly now they come and they beat everybody to the punch of releasing the 4 nanometer processors. And by the way, I've been looking at benchmarks for these processors, and it's crazy. Like it achieved $1 million on Antutu. $1 million? Yes. $1 million? Yes. $1 million? Yes. So yes, we are waiting to see which companies are going to take up these. But they've really helped MediaTek. Their Dimensity line, which came out late last year, has really helped Xiaomi this year. Because most of the high upper mid-range Xiaomi phones have come with the MediaTek Dimensity 1200 and I think 1500. Yeah. But now the 9000 is coming for Snapdragon.
It's coming for A15.
It's coming for the Snapdragon market, because Apple A15, no competition there. Google have now left Qualcomm, and now they are Tensor.
Personal.
Samsung, they use both. They use their own Exynos and they use But now the market that first Qualcomm have lost the Google market, the Google customer, and now they have completely they are in a place where if they don't do something seriously crazy, they are going to lose a lot to the MediaTek guys, because the MediaTek guys are definitely going to undercut them in price.
Yes.
And so most mid-range phones are going to come with upper mid-range phones, or companies that are in the mid-range category but they want to start producing flagship phones will probably go with the MediaTek processor.
Me, I can't wait for Samsung now to be like their own proper chip. Samsung proper chip.
I still don't understand why Samsung behaves like this. Interestingly, they are making the Google Tensor chips.
Imagine, but they cannot make it for themselves.
Do you know, even for Snapdragon, for Qualcomm, they usually make some Snapdragon chips, but they can't make it for themselves. Like, they can't make their own chips good enough, but they're making everyone else's. I don't understand. It's such a juxtaposition. Such a paradox.
But let's just wait. Maybe they are doing something.
Maybe. Then who knows? Who knows? Anyway, and final news item. The last 2 weeks, there has been this vulnerability called Log4j. So Log4j, this thing will affect anyone. Like, we are all not safe.
All companies.
So what happens is Log4j is a system logging software that is developed by a company called Apache. It works on Java-based systems to log user activity, user input, to perform network lookups within the system. So what happened is there was an exploit that was made for this Log4j sometime in November, but it was first discovered on 1st December.
Imagine a whole month.
So it had been playing out for a few weeks, but it was first discovered and announced on 1st December. And then since then,
it's
actually,
like COVID in Kenya.
Apparently, so far there have been over 800,000 attacks. So what this thing does, it allows anyone who has that exploit to have super user permissions, like administrative permissions to any system that uses Log4j. So Log4j is used in big systems that are Java based. For example, iCloud, Minecraft servers, I think Discord servers, Vituka hizo. So you see, if someone has, and because Log4j has full administrative permissions and it's able to run code, anyone who has that exploit has unauthenticated access to any of these systems and can run code. They can change your iCloud details. They can access anything on that system. Yes. And apparently there is nothing we can do. Us as users, there's nothing we can do if Apple and Google and Tesla and the like don't. And apparently some of those services have already been attacked. So it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before they find you. It's just about when I am the target among the millions or billions of users in that system. It's
but
just
how?
Even me, like, they still don't understand. Like, it's not fully understood. But what happened is Apache, who is the creator of Log4j, the Log4j system, already released several patches. So it's up to like Tesla and Apple and Google and all those systems that are Java based to patch that system for themselves to protect that access to our data. Yeah, so it's there are also companies like smaller companies or like every other day, like small companies that develop softwares who use the Log4j logging system because their systems are based on Java. And now IT departments are being asked to update as soon as possible to avoid those vulnerabilities. But yes, the internet, we are not safe. In whose hands are we safe? And now that brings us to the next topic. Already, as it is, we are not safe. Our topic for the day, our main story for the day is the metaverse. So, as we had this discussion previously, Facebook recently changed its name to Meta. You know that already, I'm guessing. I hope you know that Facebook changed its name to Meta, right? If you don't know, just get out under that rock you are, please. Anyway, so announcing it.
Start your WhatsApp, and then you'll just see WhatsApp by Meta.
By Meta, yeah. It's not writing by Facebook opportunity. Yeah. So announcing it, Zuckerberg said that he believes the metaverse is the future. And so many other companies like NVIDIA and such have already jumped on that bandwagon. Epic Games, who make Fortnite, like Fortnite right now is not just a game, it's a whole, it's an ecosystem, it's a universe.
The problem is people think that they started that like recently.
But they've been building
that
for
like
a while.
I personally attended the Travis Scott concert because I wanted to see what the hype about. It's not that I wanted to watch anything. I just wanted to see how many players are going to be there. Yeah. They had a whole concert. Yeah. Not only Travis Scott, also Ariana Grande had a concert in Fortnite.
The metaverse is something big, and it's whether we like it or not, somehow, to some extent, it will come. Let us start with the question of, first of all, what is the metaverse?
Metaverse is, what can I say? The universe, but in a virtual reality.
Exactly. Like you remember the movie, what is that movie called? Ready Player One. Yeah. In fact, we'll title this thing with that. Yeah. So if you've watched the movie Ready Player One, and if you've not watched the movie, you can watch the trailer. It will give you an idea of what you're talking about. Yeah. We're going to play it somewhere here. So that kind of universe where you put on a headset or you have a human interface device of some sort, and you are immersed into this virtual world where you're not in the physical, like what you're seeing is not the physical world. You can see a depiction of your physical world, like you can recreate your physical world, but it's not physical, it's virtual. Yeah. If you've ever worn a VR headset or something like that, you will kind of get what we're talking about.
John, just go to Garden City.
Actually, any mall. There are those blue cube seats.
Those things, those chairs.
You will understand a bit better if you've never. Yeah, you can go and try that out. Yeah. Or there's that other one, the one that you stand and you hold the. Yeah.
You can do that. That's at Village Market.
Yeah. Yeah. So the internet started with us being able to send text over the web. And then after some time, we were able to move to images, to photos and such. Yeah. After some time, it progressed to video. Right now, we are still in the video era. Yeah. And we've taken it so much higher to the point where we are streaming entire movies. Online. We are streaming all that. Yeah. Now, with improvements in computing and super powerful chips in our devices and all that, data transfer speeds have become something else, things like 4G, 5G, development of social media, development of the blockchain. Now we are getting to a place where the next frontier of the internet is in the offing. Yes. So
where are we going as a world?
I don't even know by the way.
What are we doing?
I don't know. I'm curious to see what it will look like, but I'm also scared. I'm excited and scared at the same time.
You find someone is a parent in the metaverse, but in the real world you're not a parent.
Yeah. I was watching a video by some guy on YouTube, and he was saying, in the metaverse you will be able to create your world the way you want it. You may be a dude in your real life, but you create yourself as a chick in the other life.
Or a crocodile.
exactly, you're a dinosaur. You can be living with some form of disability in real life, but in the metaverse you create the perfect life that you wanted. You may not have much in the physical world, and then in the metaverse you create a flamboyant world for yourself. Exactly. And so this thing will change how we interact with technology. I don't know. Because right now, how do we interact with technology? Typing, voice, kidogo. Voice has not gone so much, but it is there.
Maybe because of assistance.
Yes, and now like tapping our phones, touch.
But there are also those phones that you can using gestures.
Yeah, and also like those TVs that have gestures enabled, so you can just like change things from far, and you're just doing this and things are happening on the TV. So now inputs for the metaverse will become more immersive, if I may call it that, to the point where even you can just think about something, and because you have a brain-computer interface, it knows what you're thinking. If you want to write, it knows what you're thinking of writing, and instead of you having to write, it just transcribes it from your mind. And that is just craziness. That's pure craziness now. We are getting...
How? That is mind reading on another level. How do you...
And you see, that's why I was saying, in whose hands are we safe? Because because if this thing can read the content of your mind,
you're not even secure.
It means that these companies have access to your entire being. You wouldn't even give, like, right now, in your small physical space, you want privacy of the things you own. The two small things, the papers, the computers, your devices, even your flash disk.
Even your thoughts.
Yes, you don't tell anyone anything. Exactly. But this metaverse now is bringing a situation where the moment you immerse yourself in that, these systems can read anything about who you are. They can read your feelings, they can read your thoughts, they can read basically anything. I don't think we'll get to that very advanced level very soon.
No, not now.
Probably in a while, but I'm really wondering, like our grandchildren, what kind of world will they grow up in?
Will they be even in a world?
Will it be a world even? Yeah.
That is a question.
And you see, the funny thing is that I've always wondered, like when I've always seen these very weird movies where people are creating these technologies and these technologies start to destroy life as we know it. And wondered, why did these people even decide to come? Like, see, they should just have stopped because they knew this was coming. Now the funny thing is we have seen those things.
Seen where we are heading.
And there are people who are still excited about creating it.
Let's do that.
Let's try that.
Yeah.
Did you see this humanoid robot that was created, Juicy? The one that has some almost real life facial expressions and as in...
Like, why?
Why are we making this thing?
For what reason? See, you see your neighbor yourself as is.
Why
do you need a machine?
Exactly. Why are we trying to make robots? We are coming into something called uncanny valley, the point where we are going to have robots and people indistinguishable from each other. And now in the metaverse, we are going to have avatars that are so real life. You can't exactly, it looks exactly like you. So interacting with you is in the metaverse and interacting with you in the physical is the same.
Totally the same.
That is exactly what they are trying to do. And somehow we are hoping that these systems are going to be very respectful of who we are. And they are not going to invade our privacy or try to take over the world. Like, we are building intelligent systems and hoping that actually we are building machine learning systems where the machines can learn to the point of not even us giving them instructions on what to do, and we are still hoping that they look at us kindly and be like, you nice people.
Thank you for making us.
Thank you.
Our parents, daddy.
I saw a few days ago, this is outside the metaverse, but it's about AI. I saw that there are AI systems that have already been built that you can have a conversation with, like a full conversation with, and it's like talking to a human being.
This is a robot, the female robot. I don't remember her name. But she does that.
it's like talking to a human being. Like you can have an intelligent conversation with this machine, and it's leveling with you. Like this guy even asked it, guess my age and my background based on the conversation we've had, and it guessed his, like it guessed his age wrong, but it guessed his background and gender. And then because it got his age wrong, he asked it, why did it guess that? And like it gave him a reason. It told him, because of the kind of conversation that we've just had, I like unaka mtu ame because he's 19, I think, and it assumed he was 31 or 33
because of maturity. And
yes, it was like, you see, the kind of conversation that we are having is of someone who
knows, like a human being.
Is it someone who knows himself? Is someone, as in, a computer should not be able to determine that about you.
Please, a computer, just give me autocorrect. That's it. Just autocorrect my text.
Me, I don't even like autocorrect. I usually it's just auto predictions.
No, it predicts you.
Me, I just want it to predict the words, and then I'll choose for myself. Don't autocorrect for me.
Yes. Don't do that.
And so apparently, that is the kind of world we are creating for ourselves. Me, I don't understand humanity. I think we are. To some extent we are extremely intelligent, and to some extent we are extremely foolish.
The intelligence is becoming.
I'm a tech guy, and I'm excited about the prospect of
imagine me, I want to go and see how
exactly.
I'm longing to go and buy the Oculus and just this is what you're saying is the Metaverse. Nice.
Yeah.
No, thanks. God bless.
Oh, also apparently Facebook was only going to rename the company and then not rename all of its products, but then a few days ago they decided that the Oculus is going to change to Meta, so it's just going to be called Meta. Anyway, because I think it's their interface into the Metaverse, so they want to call it Meta.
It's the door.
Anyway,
the other world.
Yeah, so you see, a few years ago, if there was an event happening, say in Mombasa, it will be in Nairobi or New York, and you will never know that an event happened unless someone who was at the event took a photo and then went back somewhere and published it, maybe in a newspaper or a magazine or like in the news.
But 5 years ago, usually.
Not 5 years ago, I'm saying
20 years ago.
Like 30, 50 years ago.
You were being born, like,
yes. Okay, no,
okay.
I wasn't born 50 idiot.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, so that used to be the situation. Right now we are at a place where an event can happen in New York, and I am following it. It's being streamed online, and I can see everything. And I can almost, to some extent, using my device, maybe my laptop or a TV or a phone, experience, like I can see what someone at the event is seeing.
Yeah.
Now we are going to a place where, like with the Metaverse, as you said, you attended the Travis Scott concert on your phone or on your TV.
PlayStation.
Yeah, yes. On in the Metaverse, you'll be able to experience everything. You'll be immersed inside. There. It's like you're there. You can see, here he is. I am here. This is so and so from Indonesia, and this is so and so from Australia, and we are interacting and giving high fives and dancing together. That is going to be a very interesting thing, honestly, because I can just be sitting in my house in Juja or Githurai or Muihoko or Kileleshwa, and I'm walking in the streets of London or Sydney, or like I'm just having a nice stroll, looking at the shops, deciding I'm going to buy this clothing item, and I buy it as an NFT. And that is an interesting way to look at the Metaverse. That is like, that's happy-go-lucky way. Yes. The reality, however, is that for all those things to happen, I am giving of who I am to this system. To a computer. You shall be able to work and earn money and visualize everything. Have you heard or tried NFTs?
It's too expensive. I don't feel like it.
But NFTs, no, it's not necessarily too expensive.
Me, if I'm not going for a big NFT, there's no need. I can just.
You have to start somewhere. You don't have to start.
Why should I go and buy an avatar for 1,000 shillings, and I won't Okay, I'm not planning to
first let us explain what NFTs are.
Okay.
NFTs are non-fungible tokens.
Yeah.
Hi, Editor Solo here. So I realized that in the video, as we were explaining what NFTs were, there's a crucial bit that we left out, so I'm just going to replace the whole thing. So what a non-fungible token is a non-replaceable token, in that this token holds some other inherent value apart from monetary value that makes it non-replaceable. That is to say, if you have 500 shillings, a 500 shilling note, and I have loose denominations that amount to 500 shillings. When we do that exchange, you give me the 500 shilling note and I give you the same amount of money in different denominations. None of us has gained or lost anything. So that is fungibility. They can be exchanged for the same exact amount in value and nobody loses anything. A non-fungible token, however, is an item or a token in this case that cannot be completely exchanged for all its value. So for example, if I have a piece of land and you're purchasing it from me, when you give me say 500,000 shillings for that piece of land, I will get the money. In this case, I will gain the monetary value of this land in this case, but I will lose some other inherent value because that particular piece of land is unique. You will never find that particular piece of land anywhere else in this world. It is only that one particular piece of land. And so I lose the inherent value or the sentimental value that I have tied to that particular piece of land. But I gain the same value. I gain the monetary value of that particular piece of land. Or if I give you this hoodie and it's a special hoodie that I have, for maybe 2,000 shillings, I get the 2,000 shillings, but I lose the sentimental value that I had tied to this hoodie. So that is what a non-fungible token is. It means that that token is unique and it's the only one of its kind, and there will never be a second one of the same. So assuming you're in the metaverse and you purchase a painting or a piece of furniture as a non-fungible token, it means that the uniqueness, that particular token is unique and there can never be a second one. Even if they look exactly the same, there can never be a second one that has that same the total characteristics of this particular token. There is nothing else in that entire metaverse that will have the same exact characteristics, the same exact ID. Yeah, so that is what a non-fungible token is. Back to the video.
So art, things, mostly what people are selling online is art. The application for NFTs in the metaverse is that in the virtual world you can't buy
clothes.
Yeah, you can't buy clothes, you can't buy this seat.
Yes.
But if you have like an office, you want to have a nice painting on the wall and a table and all those things. And so how do you buy them? How do you get those items? Either you make them yourself or you buy them as non-fungible tokens. And so if I own a nice painting and I sell it to him, I get like some form of value, some form of cryptocurrency value. Yes.
Right now
it's Ethereum.
Yeah,
And actually, even right now, this thing, NFTs are blowing up.
Right now, they are doing
I saw apparently last week, there's a guy who bought an NFT yacht. That one, a big boat.
Which is not a big boat.
Which is not really a big boat for 149 Ethereum. That is approximately $650,000 US, making that digital yacht the most expensive NFT asset yet. $650,000 US. How much is that in Kenya shillings? 65 million. Is it 65 million or 650 million?
Even, which you alone cannot use it.
Yeah.
Money is nice.
Anyway, so the good thing about NFTs is that it gives anyone who has access to like a smartphone, the ability to build wealth. I have a friend who lives in Australia. Kevo kuna ufala juu. I asked you questions about NFTs and you're not responding.
Please answer us.
And he posts a lot of content regarding NFTs. I think nikisikia Paul, I'll tag his name hapa hivi chini. So hadi atupe content
tag the next time.
So he's been posting about these guys who someone minted an NFT for, I think, say like, I don't know, $80. And then in 3 days or 2 weeks, it was worth $2,000. And you're like, this guy made this thing for $80 and then he's sold it for $2,000. Like, people are making cash out
if you
there.
Can see those things being sold.
By then they are going.
They are so weird. I'm like, why? Like a skeleton wearing glasses.
But
and
there are some people who are making really cool things, like the Bored Ape.
Yeah.
Those Bored Ape NFTs are really cool, and it's those a series of hundreds of different. It's the same Bored Ape, but they are made in such a different way. Some of them are really interesting.
Yeah,
some of them are really weird. You can go follow a page called NFT Hacks on Instagram.
Wealth on Instagram.
Yes, and you will see a lot of what we are talking
NFTs,
about.
Yeah.
So it gives opportunities for even someone who has just 1,000 shillings in their pocket to convert that to point something Ethereum and buy a tiny NFT, and hopefully within some time it will be worth 1 Ethereum, and that's like 300 and something thousand. Anyway, yeah, so the metaverse is really interesting. Like, what are your general thoughts on this feature?
My general thoughts on metaverse is that we're going to suffer. We as humans, we are going to suffer.
Why?
I can't even imagine being at home, watching news and I'm calling my child, and my child is saying, no, I'm at work in the metaverse. Ulisikia wapi mtu anafanya kazi kwa metaverse na sioni chenye unapewa huko, haulipi rent.
But going by that mentality, I think that is the same thing our parents think of when you tell them that we are working from home and you're having an online meeting. Exactly. So at the end of the day, there's going to be because they are going to be born in a different generation and a different world from what we are experiencing right now.
It's called suffering that is coming.
Yeah.
No.
No. Are you excited at all about it?
I'm excited as a tech person. I'm very excited. I want to see and experience it. Then I know. I want to talk from a perspective of experiencing it first. Then I know. But from what I see, actually, it's going to be, I'm waiting for it. It's going to be a clash of the world versus, because we are church people, the religious part. I'm just waiting to see how that turns out. That is what I'm crossing my fingers and go like, okay, why are we creating another world yet God has created? Why are we doing this? Why are we going to create? We're going to make other laws outside what we've already told. It's going to be me. I'm just waiting for the people talking about things, exposes about. Also, we'll have Illuminati 2.0. People being told, how sacrificing.
So you're just excited for the drama?
Yeah, I'm excited for the drama. Yeah, I'm here for the drama. I'm here for the drama.
This guy's always looking for drama.
I'm here for drama. Oh my gosh, drama is my second name. I'm here for the drama. Even in Metaverse, drama.
Okay, so personally, I'm really excited about it. What I'm excited about is making money using NFTs. But
now everybody does that. How will you get that?
I want to get in on it early, because as much as you told these guys, I've started researching.
Oh my God, Zabola, send them pesos. So
I've started researching, not buying.
See, you know it is getting money.
No, again, you can't just get into it. Like, you have to know which are the best platforms, which are the most legit platforms, because there are crypto wallets that you can use. You save, like, your cryptocurrency is usually put in a crypto wallet.
Yeah.
So there are crypto wallets that are like recommended because they are more secure and such things. So that's the kind of things I'm researching, which is the best place to find information regarding which NFTs are on sale. because it's not just information that is out there. There are platforms like Discord where I can get that kind of information. But again, even on Discord, I have to get on particular Discord servers. So I need to find out some of those things. And that's why I asked Kevin Jogona. Why unataka kuomoga peke yako?
But atakumbuka vizuri.
I hope. So, I'm excited about the prospect of making money. I'm excited about the prospect of being able to, teleport virtually. But be in a
you
different,
can do that right now.
be in a completely different.
It won't be massive. You can just go to Instagram and go to like Snapchat. Snapchat, there's a map there. You can just go to.
Did you see Nani? Drake did an NFT version of his house.
Yes.
Or a metaverse version of his house. And you can look at his house. Okay, they have not put all rooms, but like you can see his studio, you can see his living room, the outside where the cars are and all those things. I think I'll look for that link and put it in the description.
Even Justin Bieber
he had a concert. So this thing is actually, people are actually embracing this thing.
You can see how he was Alcomeva, like a suit, I was like, what?
Okay.
This is where we're headed. This is so boring, to be honest. You can't compare real life and
exactly. Okay, and so that's another con where we will be so immersed in this very crazy, interesting world that our real life is like you'll be removing that headset and your life is boring and you just want to put it back on. So that is basically my view on the metaverse and his view on the metaverse. We hope you're going to take some time and just research for it for yourself and see all these, how cool it is or how not cool it is for you. I hope you're going to learn a bit more about the metaverse from this video. We hope that you enjoyed the video. And keep sharing, keep liking, keep subscribing. We love you.
And if you have any questions, don't hesitate.
Exactly, post all your questions on the comment section, and we'll be able, we'll do our best to respond to
or even DM
question, or even DM us. But post on the comments. We want engagement. But ukitaka kuni DM, it's okay.
Please. For me, please.
Okay, so
strictly business.
So no, for business.
Okay, Sarah, it's okay. Also, what you're talking about is still business, but this
legit business.
Okay, fine way.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. If you learned anything from this video, definitely give it a thumbs up so that we are able to grow this channel. Thank you so much. See you in the next time.